You know what I'm saying? It's something called the Tyrone Maze Rat Experiment. Y'all need to look that up. It's called the Tyrone's Maze Rat Experiment. It went down in 1940. He ended up getting it from another psychiatrist in 1840. It's called the Tyrone Maze Rat Experiment. And what they did was they took a few hundred rats, right? And they splitted them and they divided them. And what they did was they created an environment for both of these rats to live in. In one subject, they took about 100 rats and they put it in an environment where it had clean water. They put it in an environment where it had the right amount of space for the rats can, you know, get, basically if they wanted to be by themselves, they could. They made sure that it was good food in there that didn't have any type of poisons put inside the foods. They even gave them space to breathe, to go upstairs, downstairs. They just gave them this abundant environment, right? They put these rats in there. Mind you, these the same rats with the same genetical molecular structure, which is nothing different. They both came from the same mama, the same daddy, the same family tree, right? So they took these rats, they put one in a good environment, then they put the other 100 rats in a bad environment where they didn't get water. If they did get water, the water actually had acids in it. They made sure they didn't give them the regular food. I think they gave them like cat food or something like that with a bunch of pellets that was inside of them, right? They stuck them on top of each other and they made sure that the space was very, very small. They never cleaned any poop out of the maze. They never cleaned, they pissed out of the maze and they left them in there. They left them in there for 4 months and they watched how their behavior changed. They went back and they got the actual rats that came from the good environment and they put them in the maze. They ended up going through the maze very, very fast. Then they ended up going to get the rats that they put in the bad environment and put them in the maze, and they didn't know how to even make it through the first section of the maze. So he like, maybe this is a coincidence. So he did it. So what he did was he switched the rats. He took the rats that was smart, that made it through the maze, that was in the good environment, and he put them in the bad environment. Then he took the rats that was in the bad environment, that was dummies that couldn't make it through the maze at all, and he put them in the good environment. He waited 4 months, then he took them back out. The same rats that was good and smart, that was in the good environment, that he put in the bad environment, now they couldn't make it through the maze. The same rats that was in the bad environments, that was dummies that couldn't make it through the maze, he put them in a good environment. Now they making it through the maze and making it through life just fine. So he said, damn, it ain't the genetics. It ain't who these people is as individuals. It's the community. It's the environment that you put these biological entities in that changes the way they interact with their environment and with themselves. Did you know he did another 6-month experiment on the same rats that he left in the bad environment? Guess what they started doing? Killing each other. Some of the male rats started humping other male rats. Homosexuality. Look, the other rats that was at the bottom that didn't have the food, these niggas went upstairs to the other rats and started robbing them for food and water. I said, damn, this sound like your typical project. Don't this sound like the PJs? This is a real rat experiment. So it made me start questioning. I had to sit back and really rub my chin.
So they turned into robbing rats?
They turned into robbing homosexual
What else are you gonna do?
rats.
It's a survival.
So what y'all think about that? Now this next clip is another experiment they did. I'm gonna let the experiment speak for itself.
The fleas are placed inside the jar and the lid is then sealed. They are left undisturbed for 3 days. Then, when the jar is opened, the fleas will not jump out. In fact, the fleas will never jump higher than the level set by the lid. Their behaviour is now set for the rest of their lives. And, when these fleas reproduce, their offspring will automatically follow their example.
Look at this. Look at it. It's in your face. This is another reason why I don't watch TV, because I'm so aware. Like, I'm just aware of shit. Let me put it like this. My spiritual awareness is so on point that everything that I see, I can break down. I have a lot of knowledge of self, you know, and the more that I know myself, the more I can see myself in other people. And the more I see myself in other people, the more I can help them. It's the craziest shit. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all know what life path numbers are, but if y'all ever get a chance, just look it up. And my life path number helps me to understand, or not even understand, just to see this shit, because it is so crazy. You cannot make this stuff up, man. I don't want to say that people are like NPCs and stuff like that, but you can clearly see the programming in people. Just like the first clip. You know, I'm not gonna go into this big old diatribe and stuff like that right now. I'm gonna wait until these next clips hit, and then I'm gonna start talking.
What is an NPC?
You don't know this meme?
Is that a Scientology thing?
No, non-player character.
Non-player character?
What, you don't know about this? Do I get to tell you the NPC meme?
Yes.
This is the most important meme of our lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Breaking it down as quickly as possible. I'm gonna show my age.
Okay.
When we were younger, we played games like Final Fantasy and Ultima, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in those games, you go to like the armor store or the weapon store, and you buy your sword or you buy your armor.
Right.
There's a guy running that store within the game.
Yes.
He does not exist outside of that store.
Right.
That character, all he does is buy armor and sell armor. He doesn't have a wife, he doesn't have a kid. You go there at midnight, he's there. You go there at 8 a.m., he's there.
Right.
He's the player characters you're playing. He's the non-player character. And the point this meme makes is the vast majority of humans are non-player characters. They have no mind outside their programming. You see this on Twitter, where it's one thing when people say cliched ideas, but they'll say cliched ideas in a cliched way.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have no mind. You're just repeating what has been programmed to you in your script. And as soon as you mention certain terms, there's just a knee-jerk speech that they give. And once you identify it, it's like the Matrix. Like you see Agent Smith everywhere.
Yeah.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
So what do y'all think about that? See how the system programs you? I got a couple more clips that's gonna put all of it together. And when you understand the system, and the system don't have a ruler. The system do not have a ruler. The system just is. It's a satanic system. It's meant to steal, kill, and destroy your mind, your body, and your spirit. These next few clips are old clips, but let me tell you something. They paint a picture that you can't mistake it in the world today. So with that being said, let's get to the next ones. Because this shit is wild, guys. This shit is wild.
Are you ready?
Who are you?
I am the Borg.
That is a contradiction. The Borg have a collective consciousness. There are no individuals.
I am the beginning, the end, the one who is many. I am the Borg.
Greetings. I am curious. Do you control the Borg Collective?
You imply a disparity where none exists. I am the collective.
Perhaps I should rephrase the question. I wish to understand the organizational relationships. Are you their leader?
I bring order to chaos.
An interesting, if cryptic, response.
You are in chaos, Data. You are the contradiction, a machine who wishes to be human.
Since you seem to know so much about me, you must be aware that I am programmed to evolve, to better myself.
We too are on a quest to better ourselves, evolving toward a state of perfection.
Forgive me, but the Borg do not evolve. They conquer.
By assimilating other beings into our collective, we are bringing them closer to perfection.
Somehow, I question your motives.
That is because you haven't been properly stimulated yet.
Agent Smith effect. If you're talking to somebody like a friend or a family member about what you saw on TV, everybody's having a great conversation about it. But as soon as you stop and talk about is 9/11 a conspiracy or what they're putting in our food is poison, all of a sudden that person will then change and they'll almost become like a prison guard to stop you from talking about those topics. It's like this matrix programming takes over their body.
So my friends, my family, my tribe, let me know what you think in the comment sections below, man. I have to keep my videos short because I'm making them with my cell phone, so on my iPhone and stuff. So keeping them small, making it easier for me to make consistent uploads and stuff. But with that being said, if y'all rocking with the content, y'all like the vibe and stuff, come on and join the tribe, you know. I just hope y'all make it back to for the next one, because the next one's gonna be out of this world. I ain't even gonna drop no hints or nothing. You gotta come back to see this shit. But I'm out, people. Let me know in the comment section what you think.